Okay, it was so nice to meet you this morning. I want to just recap what we did. I'm going to have you first start with something that's called a posture stance. You're going to stand with your feet even and straight, palms are forward, squeeze your buns, shoulders down and back, slide the neck back, pull the head long. Notice how your belly's tightening all by itself just by pulling your head long, and then don't hold your breath. That's called a posture stance. The next one, left foot forward, right foot back. Both feet are straight. My feet are about hip distance and my back foot straight. Look down at your back foot, make sure it's straight. Hands go forward. Your eyes are going to be glued forward. We're going to turn and then turn. Now the numbers you do are really up to you. I'm going to suggest 5 to 10 of each, but it's really about feeling a freedom, a heating, a loosening through the body. As I turn, I'm turning my torso and my hips and my knees and my ankles. I'm going to do a few with my eyes turning in the direction. Now if you can, go ahead and take that back arm. I'm going to look forward. Back arm a little higher. Open up your hands. Spread your hands. Squeeze your back when you get back there. That really activates your upper back. Switch sides. Switch feet. Back foot straight. I'm going to start with my head forward. So now when we have our heads forward, it's doing neck rotation. The neck is being forced to rotate in a really healthy way. When I turn my head with the hand, the rest of my spine is rotating more, just like that. So they're both very important. Now notice how your ankles are rotating here. It's really good for your ankles, your hips, and your torso. Second exercise, that's called alternating arm rotation. Same stance, back foot straight, feet are about shoulder distance. Arms up, I'm going to shift my hips to the side. As I shift my hips to the side, I'm pushing my feet apart, tractioning against the floor. That activates the hips and activates the core. This is for the torso of your body. All these are for your core and also for loosening. I'm going as far as I can from the hips, and that really get your hips moving so that your lower back doesn't have to move as much. Switch feet, make sure your back foot's straight. It's going to want to turn out. If you're losing your balance, widen your feet. Don't forget about tractioning your feet apart, right and left. Third one, switch feet, again, back foot straight. I'm going to reach down to the knees, reach up to the sky. Down to the knees, up to the sky. Now depending on your back, if your back is not feeling like it wants to, don't go any lower. But if you can, start to migrate a little bit lower. Notice how my back heel is coming off the ground. I'm also using traction. I'm pushing my front foot forward, back foot back. That activates the buns and it activates the core. Plus it makes it a little bit more vigorous. I'm going to switch sides. Going down, I'm pushing my forward foot forward and back foot back. Just like that. This is waking up the back. It's decompressing the back. It's lubricating and waking up the knees. It's waking up the ankles and the shoulders. Okay, next one. I'm going to go ahead and lengthen my stride. Both feet are straight. I can be as wide as I need to for balance. Back heel comes up. Notice how that back heel comes up. Can you get to the side a little bit? Okay, so you see from the side, my back heel is coming up. My back knee is soft, but I'm not asking it to bend. This is called the standing hip flexor. This is for this hip. Then I'm going to go down to the knee by taking a little more stride, straight down to the knee. This is for your quad. This stretches out the quad. Right there. Be careful not to bonk your knee like I just did. Just be kind. Then we switch sides. Long stride, back foot is straight. I'm pivoting on the back ball of the foot. My front foot is pulling my hips forward. So my hips are being pulled forward by the front foot. Then before I go down to the knee, I'm going to take a little more stride because ideally I want about 90 degrees in the knees. That makes the knees feel a little bit safer. Good, one more time. Again, the number's about 5 to 10. And then the final one is going to be a great go-to for the back and the hamstring. We're going to go down to the floor. Remember, if your hamstrings are too tight, put your hands up on a rock or a step or a chair. Then I'm going to go up and down, up and down. Notice how my back heel is coming up. I'm letting my big toe bend backwards. That's actually really healthy for the big toe. But listen to your body. If this hurts, you only go as far as feels comfortable. So this is stretching out my hamstrings. I'm going to stop at the top. I'm going to look behind me, let my head drop, shift back and shift forward. Shift back and shift forward. This is stretching out the back of your legs and decompressing your back. This is great for the back. Then I'm gonna stay back and wag the tail. Everything wags right and left, great for the ankle. Notice how your ankle is turning. Stop in the center, down and up. Again, the numbers are totally up to you. This should make you start to breathe heavier and feel warmer. And then we'll switch sides. Down to the floor, hips go up and down. I give a momentary pause at the top so that I can allow my muscles to stretch and to respond to what I'm asking. Stay at the top, look behind you, drop the head, shift back, shift forward. This is great for decompressing the lower back. So I was telling you guys about go-to stretches. This is a go-to stretch for a back. And then I'm gonna stay back and wag the tail. And then up and down for about 5. This is lubricating the knees and all that. Getting the heat in, the oxygen in, the hydration in. And now come on over here with me. We're gonna do a chest stretch. So grabbing onto a fence, the car door, a wall, I'm gonna take my arm back at shoulder level, slightly above or slightly below. I like slightly above if you have it available. If it hurts the shoulder, adjust. Whatever arm is back, that foot's forward, and I'm gonna rock forward and back. Notice how my back arm is straight. This is a chest stretch. So if you're seated all day at a computer, this is great to stretch out the chest. If you're working, you're driving a lot, if you're working bending over, your chest gets tight. Now step into it and step laterally. If this is hurting your shoulder, check if you can adjust the shoulder a little bit and get it into a better alignment. That might help. Or don't go as far, or stop completely, shake it out, come back in, or stop for the day for that exercise. Listen to your body. Your body knows what it needs. Now I'm going to hold to the side. I'm going to look and then look down, drop my head, and then look up. This feels so great on the upper back and the lower back. Go at the speed that feels comfortable for you. Switching sides, whatever arm is back, that foot's forward. Rocking forward and back. My back arm is straight. Again, my number is about 5 to 10 or so. I just go by feel based on what I want to feel. I want to feel looser and more freedom through my torso, through my shoulders, through my neck. By stretching out your chest muscles, that's going to stretch out your shoulder girdle, and that helps relieve the neck. Now I'm going to stay over to the side, turn my face, look down, and look up. And look down, and look up. One more time. Look down, and look up. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to suggest is when you're bending over for a long time, you go to stand up and your back hurts, or you're sitting for a long time, either way, stand up and squeeze your buns, squeeze the buttocks cheeks, squeeze both sides. A lot of times your non-dominant side is not going to get online. So let's tell the brain that you have butts, okay? Squeeze your butts, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.